Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and long. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in the center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Cincinnati.
They'll look to run with Dillon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
going to be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line. Nothing here.
Play action. Dillon throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dillon over the middle, complete. It's Rhodes. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down. Dillon. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dillon. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Being chased out left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed.
13-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Helaire, the ball carrier.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run through, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Patriots, nothing.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
9-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Ito Smith, his first carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Ito Smith. He He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on 2nd down, Dillon. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Cincinnati.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He may try and run for this. They find some open field here. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
He was tackled.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dillon. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
On first down, here's Love. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
An 8-yard pickup.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Helaire, the ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second and 9 from the 44. Looking to throw. Dillon. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Mitch Wishnowsky in punt.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now down at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Patriots nothing.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking to throw on second down. Dillon, this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Ian Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Patriots ready to get the football back. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The throw over the middle, taken in, and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Rolling to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Dillon. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
And he's out right at the 25. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. 56.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Marquise Goodwin.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
He's brought down at the 39.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And this is caught at the 8. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And this offense continues to pour it on.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the... ...21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Dillon. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The quarterback sacked.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 3rd down, Dillon, and he's going to have the connection to Foster. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Robert Foster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Dowling. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And now it's 4th
And
down.
a punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Dowling. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back now in Foxborough. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. To throw on 2nd down. Dowling to the right side and complete to Thomas. The 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Open net, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of
nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
He's across
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 37.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
New England trying to get a place on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to start. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. This is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, In high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Second and 2.
On second down, Love. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Second and 5 at the Patriots 7-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
3 yards.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game, because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
10 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Dillon. Open man, here's Foster. 7 yards, the pickup there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the move to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. To throw again, Dillon. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. From the gun, Dillon. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Tonight's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win.